One very common question we get from junior and mid-level product managers is related to how they can excel quickly in their career and get into senior management within 1 to 2 years rather than taking 5 years. And this quote here really sort of summarizes my thinking behind this, my own experience, sort of going from very junior to senior within 1 to 2 years myself, and now working as a freelance remote product manager. Which is from Nassim Nicholas Taleb, who's the author of Anti-Fragile. He says that wisdom in decision making is vastly more important, not just practically, but philosophically, than knowledge. So wisdom is more important than knowledge. And I can't agree with him more on this. I think this is something we have culturally wrong, is that we have this great emphasis on education, particularly in Germany, where I'm living now, that you need to be qualified, you need to do a course, you need to do 4 years, bachelor's, 2-year master's, PhD in a subject to actually be able to practice the subject. In my experience, having self-taught everything over the last 7 years, from Portuguese from zero to fluency, UX design from zero to senior, charging €100 an hour. My experience with this is that, yes, knowledge is important, but actually the repetitions of putting that knowledge into practice is vastly more important. You could read 1,000 blogs on product management, but if you've never practiced it, you really have no idea what is important, what's not, when to apply certain ideas and when not to. What makes sense in this team? Is it this like strict sprints, or do we run just a simple Kanban board? These types of questions you really have no idea about unless you have had lots of repetitions to practice. Therefore, back to the core question of, if you are a junior or mid-level product manager looking to accelerate your career, looking to really grow, then yes, keep reading and keep watching YouTube videos like this. But really, the key to it is simply taking ideas and putting them into practice. Specifically, how can you do that? Well, within your team, you should be every single week experimenting with something new. Right? So maybe it's the format for your daily stand-up, maybe it's the format for your retrospective, maybe it's introducing a new meeting entirely. So rather than stand-ups being focused simply on like listing what you're going to do today, why not tear that out and try a stand-up at the end of the day that actually reflects on the day and asks the question of, okay, well, how did I use my time? How did that contribute to the team? And ultimately, how could I have spent my time better? So you're really creating like a growth mindset there than a simple execution, thoughtless, like let's get X, Y, Z done. So my advice, therefore, would be that every single week, as you should be with your product, running experiments to validate different ideas, to see what works and what doesn't, you personally should be applying your own experiments, right? So you're developing your toolkit of practices such as retrospective and experience to actually really, in future, know what to apply and when, and to really be able to navigate the uncertainty and to be able to adapt to the uncertainty in different contexts that you will find yourself in future.